Today we are going to the Alaska Native Heritage Center.
In 600 feet, turn left.
It's a raven. So the drummers. It is cool. I like the earrings. Yep, squirrel. He's looking for food. There he goes. Yeah, right.
It's encouraging. I know it'll just keep coming back.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Damn.
Good, how you
How are
doing?
Nicholas.
Style of earring from Kodiak Island.
Is that what that is?
That goes under a tunic.
Like this. You hook it to your ears?
They had headdresses that they wore
okay.
with those too.
That's cool. So that's an
my
old
wife-
style earring from
My
Kodiak.
wife said she found a picture with the lady wearing just those on, and she always had people argue and say they were part of that headdress, and they
It's
never
not.
were. And she found a picture, and what they did was tie them on their ears, not pierce
Oh,
them.
okay. They tied them. I was going to say, that would not feel too good on my pierced ears. The outfits that they wear have pockets. And the pockets, depending on like what shape they are, as far as the length, or whether they go up or sideways, depends on what tribe, and the coloring, how they decorate them, can tell them by looking at it what tribe they belong to.
Log cabin?
Half of it's buried. Half of it's buried in the ground. And then the top is all grass. The belts that they wear while they're dancing are called spirit belts. And it's to keep the evil spirits away from the waist down. The hand things that they have, those are to keep away evil spirits too. They believe while they're dancing that good spirits come, but also bad spirits. So here's one of their drying racks. Here's another one of their cabins. It's probably
Family lodging cabins. Okay.
for the fire.
Yeah, they're really energy. How about in hot? It's hot out. They stay cooler?
These ones at the bottoms, I do have some caribou hide at the bottom just because they're a lot softer. So my calf, it's not hot, but my feet are a little bit warmer just because of that caribou hide. But that part of the house, that one is the kitchen. And it would never be this close to the house. It would be its own separate building just because if that part ever caught on fire, you wouldn't want it to spread to the actual house. One thing that I forgot to mention about with the birch bark is they actually make a cradle with the birch bark.
But yeah, so you can see it's all mounds. This is the men's house. What do they call it? QASQUE.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. If you guys have any questions, I'll just feel free to ask.
Okay.
How do you pronounce the name of this?
The Kotzebue?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Like a needle,
I have a key.
not really a key.
So it would be the single men or just the men period that would stay in this?
Just the men and the boys that stay in. You don't.
The men and the boys.
Yeah, the two houses out there. Those are the women houses.
The women houses.
Yeah.
Okay, if I get it dirty.
That's a trap.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the men's and boys. And then the women and girls would have to come out here and stay in the little ground ones. These littler ones. So that would be the women and girl ones. That's interesting. They segregated them.
So this place has got a trail that goes around
They call
with
it
a
a
pond
lake.
in the middle.
Yeah, they call it a lake, but it's
It's called a lake, but it's a pond. And then they have places to stop at each along the way. You can walk in.
sometimes there's people in there that explain all kinds of details about it.
Traditional exit escape tunnel. Anyway, kind of a neat place to stop and visit.
It's the St. Lawrence River something. I can't pronounce it. It's like Yukin. But it's their house that they would use. They would have this little path going in. There's the, I think it's a whalebone. Their hides would be here. And then this is their exit. We're thinking maybe in case a polar bear came in.
Way out.
It's a way out because the polar bears would be up there. There's a polar bear skin.
I don't know what that is.
You can't fight a polar bear. Well, you can, but you're not going to win. The other animals were not on their menu. However, the polar bear, we are on their menu.
Yes.
It's the only bear that we are actually on their menu.
Show the sled.
Here's the sled. It's a gray whale.
Gray whale. This is a Sug Piat dwelling.
I don't think it's closed.
Let's see if it's open.
Close the door behind you. See them.
Oh, okay. The birds are trying to get in.
Yeah, they want you to see energy. This is a Subsistence dwelling. It has a different name, but I'll put the name on the video. But this is how their structure. So each one of these different tribes has a different structure that they use depending on where they were located.
What materials they had to use.
Yep, exactly. So
Some
they had a fireplace right in the center.
harpoons up there. Cool. Unin Gax.
Yeah, and that's their structure. Which is a ULA something.
Please close the door.
Yeah, somebody did listen. So they had a ladder that came down.
Yeah. Pretty cool ladder. Can't climb on it now, of course, but up there, there's a
Looks like they had a bench too.
canoe or a kayak.
They made like a
Workbench.
either that or it was a place to sleep.
Yeah, could have been a place to sleep too. Really tall.
Yep. This is their carving stand that they would make. Can we picture me in here?
Michelle going in the clan house.
I made it. There, let me get you. The tall guy trying to get in. You made it. Reminded me of Pinocchio when I first came here. Except for he's blue. Doesn't even have big nose, I don't know why.
It's cool.
This one's got like the eagle beak on the front top. Or raven, I don't know which, but a bird.
Here it shows some carving.
What do you think of the place so far?
It's really kind of neat. Each station has got a different tribe of people, and then you go in and you learn about their culture and see some of the stuff, artifacts from their culture.
And if you get a map, it tells you what area you're in. And each one was different.
Right. They're supposed to be manned, I suppose, all the time, but they probably, you know.
Yeah, there was a couple of manned. And then there is a free tour like at 3 o'clock. It was $29 per adult. If you're 65 or older, it's $24. And if you're military, it's $18. I'm not sure what it was for kids or college students. It was even a lot cheaper. But it's definitely a nice place to stop.
Yeah,
you can spend as long as you want. There's all kinds of movies that you can watch. They show video movies in the theater all day long, and they have different events where they had dancing when we walked in, but they had other stuff during the day. At 10 o'clock they had the Alaska Native Games, Power, Blance, Focus, and then at 10:30 they had the dance, and then at 11 they had introduction to Alaskan Native cultures, and then they restart the whole thing and do it again. So it goes from 9:15 to 4 o'clock. They have shows about every hour. So there's a little break to give them like lunch. And then they have the movies. And of course you have the places that we went to. You can also take a tour. I don't remember how much the tour.
There's guided tours.
Yeah, there's guided tour options. And it tells you, you know, where it's going to start, what time. So, but they give you a brochure and it tells you everything you need to know. After visiting the Native American Heritage Center, we are going to fly into a town / village, and there are some national parks located near there. You can take hopper flights, either seaplanes or jumper planes, or those little prop planes once you get there to some of the national parks, like the Bering Land Bridge. And there is a park that runs right along the edge of the runway. So we're hoping we get to see a little bit of what the native Alaskan village kind of looks like. And I know it's their summer where they'll be hunting and doing their stuff to get ready for the winter, because this is the time of the year that they gather their food. But anyways, that's where we're going next. And
It's Kotzebue.
Kotzebue. Yeah.
They call it Kotz. A lot of people
Right, a lot of them call it Kotz. But you have to take either a boat or fly in. And this is where you basically can only see Russia. As you're flying in, you can actually see Russia.
But it's
what
Bering
I've been
Land
told.
Bridge, yeah.
Yeah, the Bering.
Your little islands.
Yeah, the Bering Islands. So that's where we're going next.
This morning we're heading to Kotzebue, Alaska. We have to take an Alaska Airlines flight to get there, and it's a little town.
Has a bunch of national parks.
Has a bunch of national park
close
places to it. Anyway, we're heading there today, and we're basically going there and getting off the airplane, going to this national park place, and flying right back.
We're spending the day there, and then we'll fly back this evening at 6:30. So we take off at 9 a.m. and we take off there at 6:30, and we'll be back in Anchorage at 8:30. That's the airport in Kotzebue.
A little bit less than a mile from the airport.
We're walking to the Northwest Arctic Heritage Center.
There's a Park Service guy there. Showed us, gave us directions. You must be good in wrestling here. Here's airport parking.
Here's the Arctic Circle.
30 miles above the Arctic Circle. Regular unleaded is $7.99 a gallon. And here comes a plane. It's a jump plane.
And there it is. A4 is the way to get around up here.
Here's a plane we just flew in on. That's how close we are to this Heritage Center. Welcome to the Northwest Arctic Heritage Center, land of the woolly mammoth.
Arctic Ocean.
There's a stuffed polar bear. I'm glad he stuffed him.
Grizzly bear. Here is a musk ox. They do not like people. Don't ever approach one.
The Arctic Heritage Center, there's a museum, and they basically go over what the permafrost looks like.
It's kind of neat because it shows you what lives underneath the ice. Like, you don't think, like this one here, it's tree frogs. Who would think tree frogs are living underneath the ice floating around?
Yeah.
And this one has like mice and stuff running underneath it. Obviously you know the fish, but it tells you the different types of fish. And then this one shows muskie and, or not muskie, northern pike. Then it's called steer fish. And then this is how they ice fish. It's a little different than our ice fishing.
It's an ice fishing rig.
Yeah, it looks different than ours. We have seen a couple of these. Which are martins.
It's a martin?
Yeah, we've seen some in Canada.
Yeah.
And we also see...
We didn't know what they were.
And we've seen one here.
There's a wolverine back there. He's pretty big.
Yeah, we have not seen any of those, thank goodness. But anyways, we thought it was kind of interesting. And the other interesting fact that we seen here was that they have a musk oxen fur, and it's softer than what I thought it would be. I thought it would be a lot more coarse, but it's softer. Anyways,
here's one of their kayak frames. You basically cover it with seal skins. The caribou.
that's good enough.
There's a drying rack for the fish. Usually salmon. They do it this way.
And pretty much everything else we've shown you.
Just give you an idea where we're at. We're at Kotzebue. This is the Arctic Ocean.
Well, it's kind of
Yeah, it is. There's a map on there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Like the rain up here, don't it? Probably crabbing. We're in Kotzebue still, and decided to eat at this place here called Empress. It was recommended by the National Park Service.
Unfortunately, there is no video of the food at the restaurant that we ate there in Kotz, but it was really, really good. Jim had orange chicken, didn't you?
Yes.
He had orange chicken that was fantastic. And I had just a plain hamburger. It was super fresh. It had fries. I really didn't want the fries. And a soft drink. And he also had a Great Crush. But it seemed to be like the only restaurant in town that was working. But they were awesome. They were super busy. And they even had a huge order for the local hospital of a delivery of food that they... And when we were at the airport, they were delivering food too. So if you do go there to take a tour or something else, just remember that restaurant is there, and hopefully it'll still be open next year because it was really good. What you see is hanging is fish, seal, and some furs that they have gotten this summer. They're putting stuff away for the winter. You can see it, but inside there's furs hanging. They trapped.
A seal. You can see the hills in the background.
Another island. Or this is the inlet. And that's where the, like a bay. And that comes out over there. You can see it when you fly in.
That was a plane in. No, we're out of the runway. The runway's clear down there.
It might be the same one. No, it's not, because the other one had flashing lights. And it was yellow.
On the ground.
It's a pool. We took the 2 miles at least out to where what they called it, Subsistence.
Subsistence
Fishing
gathering.
and gathering. And there was one hut after another that had either fish hanging, seals. There was a few that had fur in it, but they were definitely out fishing. One of the natives told us that there was at least 30 boats out on the one island,
Yeah.
catching their the
Whatever
different
they catch.
types of fish. Yeah, salmon's the main one, but there's another one, the grayling, I think it's called,
Grayling, yeah.
that they're catching right now, and they were out there. So it was really special to see the actual people catching their food, and that's what they're going to survive the winter on,
And see how they live.
and see how they live, because they don't live the same.
They're cut off from.
They're cut off. You're absolutely correct. So, I mean, they do get groceries in, but that's by the airplane. And if the airplanes aren't coming, then they're not getting any food.
Right. And during COVID, I guess they had a hard time.
They did have a very hard time during the virus. So, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, could you give us a like? And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And if you have subscribed, please hit that notification bell. Thanks again for watching.
Catch you on the next one.